Fear of missing out doesn't just make you anxious. It makes you overcommitted, exhausted, and trapped in a life you never chose. Welcome to Daily Power Boost, Ignite Your Potential, the podcast where your transformation begins. I'm Shawn Michael, and each day I'll bring you quick, impactful insights and action steps to fuel your personal and professional growth. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a leader, or someone ready to break limits and ignite greatness, this is your daily power boost to crush obstacles, stay focused, and awaken the extraordinary potential within you. Because remember, greatness begins within. Let's go. Welcome back to Daily Power Boost. Last episode, we talked about strategy being subtraction, how to choose the best and release the rest. Today, I want to address why that is so hard. The real reason you can't say no is not that you don't know what to subtract. It's that you're afraid of what you'll miss. You do. That opportunity might be the one. The connection might change everything. That project might be your breakthrough. So you say yes, not because it's aligned, but because you're terrified of missing out. A few years ago, a coach I know was invited to speak at an event. Great stage, great audience. On paper, a great opportunity. But their calendar was already packed, every margin gone, their energy stretched to the limit. They knew the honest answer was no, not the polite kind of no, the necessary one. But they hesitated, and a familiar voice crept in. What if this is the one that changes everything? What if this is the connection you've been waiting for? What if saying no costs something you can never get back? So they said yes. They showed up depleted, half there, running on reputation rather than presence. They delivered, but it was mechanical and safe, nowhere near their best. Later, sitting with the quiet discomfort that follows self-betrayal, the insight landed hard. Fear of missing out doesn't protect you from loss. It actually guarantees it. When you chase every opportunity, you stop being fully present for any of them. And presence, not access, is what actually changes everything. If you're realizing that you've been saying yes out of fear and you're not sure what to release first, I offer 30-minute identity clarity calls. No pitch, just clarity. You'll find the link in the show notes. Here is what happens when FOMO runs your decision. You say yes to everything, showing up fully to nothing. You become overcommitted, under-resourced, and constantly anxious. You chase opportunities out of scarcity instead of strategy. And here's the cost most people never see. FOMO doesn't just steal your time, it steals your presence. You see, when you're worried about what you're missing, you can't be fully here for what you actually have. Here's the shift. The real risk isn't missing out. It's saying yes to so much that you miss yourself. Every fear-based yes is a no to something else. Your capacity, your clarity, your presence. The leaders who last, they're not the ones chasing every opportunity. They're the ones who trust that the right opportunities will come and they will have the space to say yes when they do. Let me reframe what FOMO really is. FOMO isn't wisdom. It's just scarcity. Sometimes we call it ambition. It says, if you don't take this now, you'll never get another chance. That's a lie. The right opportunities don't disappear when you're living in alignment. They multiply. Your filter becomes, am I saying yes because this is aligned or because I'm afraid to say no? If it's fear, that's the FOMO tax, and it will always cost you more than you think you're paying. If you want help applying this filter to your actual commitments, book that no-cost identity call. We'll look at what you're carrying and what you can release. As I said, Links in the show notes. And that release, that's what we're practicing in our next episode. The strategic decline, how to say no without burning bridges. You see, once you know you need to say no, the next challenge becomes how to say it. And most people won't say no because they don't know how to do it right or well. But first, let me land today with your FOMO tax practice. Think of the last 3 things you said yes to and ask yourself, did I say yes because it was aligned or because I was afraid to say no? Be ruthlessly honest with yourself. If fear was the driver, you're paying the FOMO tax, and it's costing you more than that opportunity is worth. The most expensive thing you'll ever do is to say yes out of fear. Because that fear-based yes doesn't just fill your calendar, they steal your capacity for what really matters. Stop chasing every opportunity. Start protecting your present. And if you need someone to help you see what fear is costing you, book your identity clarity call. As I said, no pitch, just clarity. You'll find the link in the show notes. This was the FOMO tax, what you pay when you can't say no. Next episode, the strategic decline, how to say no without burning bridges. Once you know that you need to say no, your challenge becomes saying it in a way that protects the relationship. With strength and heart, I'm Shawn Michael. Stay close. Thanks for tuning in to Daily Power Boost. Ignite your potential. Remember, transformation starts with action. So take today's insight, make it your own, and awaken your inner potential. Because remember, greatness begins within. Catch you tomorrow for your next Power Boost.